It really just came about, Amy, because last year after what was an incredible season, I was really proud of our team, but it was quite clear in our postseason meetings that our team was not satisfied, and they came home from the NCAA tournament with the expectations of wanting a little bit more for us, moving forward. And I love that growth mindset from our group and the idea of wanting to keep raising the bar for our program. And so we want to be able to welcome the fact that it's okay to expect more, and we want to expect more of ourselves. We know and understand that in order to have expectations that bar is going to raise, we have to do more. We have to be willing to, work more. We need to be able to give just a little bit more in certain areas, and knowing that if we can do that, we can earn the right to be able to expect more for our program.
What did that look like, manifest like in the offseason? In just terms of doing more, working more, that type of stuff.
Yeah, I think that you could see it in things the way our team really approached just their everyday habits. Is they found ways to just get 1% better, and it might be with little things like, okay, I'm going to really commit to recovery and doing things that I need to do to try to take care of my body. It might be, little things like I'm going to make this adjustment to my sleep habits so that I can, be ready and more physically ready for training. Just little things that we started to watch, and our team read the book Atomic Habits kind of as a team over the summer, and really tried to identify for each player what specific habits that we felt like if we could correct or improve or increase or get better at, that would really make the most difference in our ability to just raise the bar.
Of all of the books out there, why that one?
Mostly because we had been talking about small things that needed to really commit to change, and really embracing that it can start out small, but to become a habit, you have to really commit to it on a regular basis and have that accountability to it. And so I think that's something that just came to the surface for us early.
When Alexis and Jazz were out here, they talked about, I guess, progressing as leaders and the team having like a leadership council. How has this team's leadership progressed?
Yeah, the way I've really seen our leadership kind of progress is the fact that everybody is embracing that they have a certain trait or characteristic that they can bring to the table and find ways to lead in their own way. And we have a leadership council, but we have embraced the fact that every player on our team at certain times we're going to need to lean on for leadership, and it could come in a lot of different ways. And I think they've really started to embrace that and really self-identify what they can bring to the table in that area for our team.
And when you talk about leading in different ways, like what does that look like for Alexis?
Yeah, Alexis, I really believe that her leadership superpower is she has an incredibly strong belief in her own self, but she also has a belief in other people. It's very genuine, and she has a unique ability to get other people to believe in themselves and to believe in our team as a whole. And that's something that is really special and unique, and particularly in somebody that is just starting her sophomore year.
And just like, how encouraging has it been, to see that from Alexis? She's kind of had a quick rise, not necessarily unexpected, but just jumping into the starting lineup, Big Ten freshman year, and now one of the leaders of this team. How encouraging has it been to see her?
Yeah, I mean, it's just been awesome to see that, and I think, she takes so much pride in being able to put Nebraska across her chest, and something that she knew that, her dad did when he was a college athlete, and now she's getting that same opportunity, and to be right there in her home state, in her home town to be representing like that, but then not just representing, but flourishing and really thriving and continuing to just have great success while she does it. It's a pretty special opportunity for her, but I've just been so pleased with the way she has embraced that and just ran with it, and just she just has a strong desire to be the very best that she can be.
How have you seen her continue to work on that? Like, yes, Big Ten Freshman of the Year, preseason All Big Ten. How have you seen her continue to work on that so she can continue to get better, even though the bar is, she has set the bar pretty high?
Yeah, we've watched. You can see that when we work on our, when we're in preseason scrimmages right now against our scout team, her conditioning level has really improved. Her ability to fight through fatigue has gotten better. Her consistency in workouts is much stronger. But what I really noticed is, she wanted to improve her footwork and really get better about, finishing at a higher rate. And she's absolutely 100%, working on every little trait that we're giving her as far as being able to improve footwork and make this little tweak here to get just 1% better, and being able to be more versatile with what she does in the post, and we're seeing that really pay off.
And how do you manage, I guess, fatigue and stamina on players that, someone like Alexis plays like a good amount of minutes, and she talked about wanting to improve her stamina over the offseason. How do you kind of just manage that from a coaching perspective?
Yeah, I think that's something that, we work really hard just as coaching staff to try to put the best full puzzle together when it comes to managing that, and being able to know and understand that some of the decisions that we're going to be making in November and December maybe with the mindset of doing what's best for our team in February and March. And so we try to really gradually work into that increased stamina and find ways to monitor. We're very blessed at Nebraska to have an incredible sports science staff that helps us kind of keep our eye on a lot of what the load looks like for a player in an intense game, like in a conference tournament and back-to-back days and things like that. So it's a gradual build-up to get to that point where we can flourish, or I don't know exactly, but what the right word is, but so that we can be successful in those circumstances.
And it's, so a lot can happen between now and March, but as we sit here today, what does a successful season look like for you?
Yeah, that's such a great question, Amy. I think, there is so much still yet to be determined, and with a player that's been such a staple in our lineup for the last 3 years, like Sam Hybe, that's now going to be not available this year. We're going to have to really watch to see how everybody kind of picks up the pieces and is able to fill in and contribute and find their ways to kind of make up for that missing piece. And I feel like that time will tell, but for me, always a successful season is having one that has a team that is excited to celebrate each other's successes, that's having a great time every day in practice, coming to compete, and every time that we get to tip it up, we want to be the most competitive team on the floor.
And you've talked about like a potential sellout in the CBA, maybe for Iowa, whatever that looks like. What would that mean to the program to be able to sell that building out?
I think that would be something really special for our program, to identify that 15,999 or whatever Pinnacle Bank seats, people just really see the value in supporting a team that's going to go out and play hard for Husker Nation, for each other, and that they see the entertainment value that comes to that brand and level of basketball. And I think we're well on our way to that. We've been so blessed at Nebraska with a incredibly passionate and intelligent and high IQ fan base that just respects a team that works hard and is going to compete. And so we feel like that's well within reach, at a place like Nebraska, and particularly with a team that can play an exciting brand of basketball.
Yeah, and it's not just the support for women's basketball, like there's support for volleyball, softball. Like, what does that say about just like the support that fans give to women's sports at the University of Nebraska in general?
Yeah, it's so special. It's hard to put into words just how special that is. And when I first got hired at Nebraska, and I was going through my HR meetings, and they were like, "Coach, do you want to get season tickets for volleyball for your family?" And I said, "Yeah, I really want to be able to take my girls." And they're like, "We'll try. We'll try to see if we can find 4 seats together." That's how special it is. I mean, when the women's sports are supported at that level, I think all of our sports are supported at that level. But to watch it, be one of the hottest tickets to come by in the state of Nebraska, being for women's sports at the University of Nebraska, it's a pretty special thing and fun to witness and watch and really be a part of.
Talked up there about Sam Hybe and talking to Allison Widener in particular. She's someone who joined the starting lineup down the stretch in the final 8 games. And how have you seen Allison grow in the offseason and step up into that role?
Well, we had a little survey that we filled out recently for our team. I had one question on there that just asked who's the hardest worker on our team, and Allison Widener got more votes than anybody else to that question. She works her tail off. She has worked really hard to become a more consistent 3-point shooter and really expand her game there, but she's going to play hard on both ends of the court, and is somebody that I think is really competitive and expects to win, and that's a great thing to have in your lineup for sure.
You mentioned having a survey. Can you talk more about that and kind of what you looked to accomplish when you had that?
We were working on our leadership council and identifying exactly who would be a part of our leadership council, and so that's kind of what prompted that kind of particular questionnaire survey thing that we put out there.
What have the early returns been like?
Say that again.
What are the early returns for the leadership council? What does that look like in terms of just what it's accomplished so far, even though the season hasn't started?
Yeah, I mean, really, honestly, we're just still getting started and really starting to talk about, the expectations with that group. And, it's something, that I feel like I used to very naively early in my coaching career believe that, you had leaders, they would emerge, it was something either they were born with or they had strong leadership qualities or they didn't. And I've quickly learned in my coaching path that that's not the case, and it's something that most definitely needs to be nourished and nurtured, and something that you have to pour a lot of time into developing and encouraging and helping identify and helping people build confidence with their leadership abilities. And so that's what we expect our leadership council to really pay us back with, is just increased chemistry and culture and confidence in our players.
What do you want? what do you want fans and the general public to know about your team as you stand here today? The world, in your fingertips, so to speak.
I want the fans to know that this is a team that genuinely plays for each other, and there is just it's something that you can't fake, and it's just last year when we were getting ready for the Big Ten tournament, and we had a chance to hear from Zach Taylor, who is Cincinnati Bengals head coach that is a Husker alum, and he started to talk to our team, and he said, when my family and I watch your team play, and at first I was like, Zach Taylor is watching Husker women's basketball, but what was special about it is he said you can just see it pouring out of every person on the sidelines, the way that this team plays for each other. And I've never received a better compliment for anything in my life. I just feel like that is the ultimate goal and something that this group really does. And when you have a group that is able to put their self aside and genuinely be excited and celebrate for each other, then it makes everybody want to play harder for their teammates, and that work ethic is kind of what we want to be known for. We want to be the hardest working team on the floor every time out, and that's so much easier to give when you're doing it for other people. That's it.